So today we're going to be talking about installing a battery charger and maintainer for my 2022 Indian Scout Bobber that you see behind me. A month ago I replaced my battery and realized that I didn't have any pigtails to plug into to maintain and charge it during the winter months when I'm not really riding it that much. So anyway, I went to my local dealer, asked them if they had one that they recommended that they use for their motorcycles, and so they sold me this one by Firepower. It cost me $44.95. If you can see the front of the box here, this is what it looks like. These are the applications for it. On the back you can see the specifications and what's included here on the bottom right. Basically I just needed something that would continuously monitor and maintain my battery at full charge. What we're going to be looking at doing, because there is a proper way to install a battery charger maintainer, we're going to be installing these pigtails to it. And the only thing that I look at that I don't like is the color of this is gray instead of black. It's not a big deal, but you know, I'm going to be tucking it on the other side of the bike, but you know, it would be better if it was black because it wouldn't be quite as noticeable. Not really a huge deal because it's going to be behind this panel on the other side. Anyway, that's the only thing I see that I didn't really like about it. Other than that, this is how you control it, and it has different modes that you push this button for 6 volt, 12 volt, and it'll maintain and charge your battery for you. The installation is pretty simple. All you do, you pop the seat off, get to the bolts on your battery, take that off. You'll need a 10mm socket. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we get, you know, this positive and negative. We're going to take the negative off first, of course. So if you're in your garage and you haven't done this before, you want to unplug the negative terminal and then get the positive on after that. The other thing I want to point out is on these terminals, what we're going to do is we're going to put these on top of the actual terminal that's going to, you know, the motorcycle's terminal that's going to be in contact with the battery. So we don't want to have it underneath it. We want the motorcycle to get, you know, good contact with the battery. So we're going to place these plugs directly on top of the cables that go onto the battery. So just want to point that out. So that's what we're going to be doing. But let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, let's see, this seat's pretty easy to remove. You just grab the front of it and lift like that. These little arms here go under the fenders here, and then you have this little notch that fits over this peg. All right, so I'm going to try and do this with one hand. This is our fuse panel, and it has a little tab here. Okay, that was pretty easy. So these slide in like that into a couple notches that are here on the side. What we're going to do is just kind of tuck that to the side, and you can see here's our positive terminal, and then right here in the back part of this is our negative terminal. So we're going to go ahead and remove the negative first. For this particular charger too, I want to point out we got a little fuse here, so that way it'll keep from burning up anything if there's a short. And if your battery charger isn't working and you happen to use this one or another one that has a fuse, you can see behind this cap that I just pulled off is a little fuse that you can replace. So if you're having issues with your charger not working correctly, you want to check that fuse. And I'm gonna feed this wire right on top. All right, so we have that one tight. Now let's add our positive. All right, so now that screw, if we can get that screw in there, it'll go just like that, and that boot should slide right on top of it. Okay, so just like it should be, pigtail on top. So we have the positive covered and negative. Now let's see if we can slide our fuse box back in. All right, all back together. Now let's get the seat on. All we do is just take these tabs, put them directly under the fender, and then we have this notch that's going to go directly on top of that peg. Once you find it, just give it a little push and your seat should be snug. All right, now we're on the other side of the motorcycle. As you can see, I have hidden that pigtail so you cannot see it. And it's not anywhere near the engine so that you don't have to worry about the heat there. But it is tucked up under. So all you have to do is just grab hold and pull it out like that. And then you have access to it. When you're done, it tucks nicely back up under this panel. So it's right above this wire. I don't have anything that's touching any of my engine, so it should be, you know, nice and cool here. And when I do need to have it, I know where it's at, so I have to go up here and kind of finagle and get it to come down, and you've got access to it. I've plugged this in. I'm going to put it to 12 volt. All right, so it's flashing yellow here. So I'm going to get the other end and let's plug it in. All right, so I'm just going to pop that cap off and there you go. Easy access. All right, so that's basically it. A couple things I did want to point out regarding this firepower charger. I don't really like how bulky this part is that goes into your outlet. It's just too bulky to me. It blocks and obstructs some of the other outlets so that you can't use them. If you've got a wall outlet and you plug it in, it's about the same way. You're forced to just use something small to plug into either the top or the side on a wall outlet. And same for the extension. If you have a multi extension and you have to pretty much unplug it to use all three. You may not be using all three when you're using it to charge, and I won't always be charging this, because I'm going to be riding it, but, so I have access to it when I'm not needing it, but it's just a couple nitpicky things. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you back next time.